Hi everyone, this is Aaron and you are listening to Walnut Notes, the official podcast for the members and friends of FCBC Walnut. Today's guest is Vanessa Lamb. Vanessa serves as a counselor for GAP, our junior high fellowship. She recently served as a counselor at the RYCE Retreat. So Vanessa, I wanted to ask you, what is the RYCE Retreat? How was it being a counselor at RYCE? And do you have any favorite moments you would like to share with us here on the podcast?
RYCE stands for Retreat for Young Chinese Evangelicals, and it's a retreat where different churches come together to fellowship and sit under God's teaching. This year's theme was centered, the gospel in everyday life, and our speaker was Tim St. John from Lighthouse Community Church in Torrance. I was a 10th grade girls counselor, and I was a little nervous going into the retreat because I usually counsel the 9th grade girls on Friday nights, so I didn't know what it was going to be like since I didn't know them very well. But God was so good, and He gave me a group of girls who were so fun and so easy to talk to. I think it was such a huge blessing to me to be the retreat counselor, even if it was only for a few days, because I got a glimpse into seeing how God is shaping their lives, and it was such an encouragement to my faith. I love their constant curiosity, always asking really good questions, whether practical or theological, and I really enjoyed their unique ways of thinking and processing. Their boldness to share the gospel to their friends and live for Christ in their secular schools also really encouraged me to pursue that same heart. I also really enjoyed being at RYCE because it really reminds us that our church family doesn't just stop at FCBC Walnut, but our church family extends to believers everywhere. Some of my girls also became friends with youth from other churches, so it was cool to see friendships that wouldn't have otherwise happened if not for RYCE. There were lots of favorite moments during this retreat, but one that stands out was on the last night, Prudence and I shared a room, and we were so excited to get a good night's sleep because we hadn't been able to the last few nights. And I even told my girls who were in the next room to quiet down because we were going to sleep. But it turns out that Prudence and I stayed up until 3 a.m. talking and overslept the next morning and completely missed breakfast. My girls, on the other hand, were very on time to breakfast and even saved us food so that we wouldn't starve. So it definitely wasn't one of our finer moments as counselors, but it just really shows how mature my girls were.
Thanks, Vanessa, and thank you everyone for listening to our podcasts here at FCBC Walnut. Don't forget that you can get all of the episodes of Walnut Notes delivered via YouTube, Spotify, or your favorite podcast player. Just search for FCBC Walnut. For more information about GAP, our junior high fellowship, or for more information about our fellowships for children, high school, collegians, and young adults, visit our church website at fcbcwalnut.org. And don't hesitate to stop by the church office or visit one of the welcome booths on Sundays. There are many opportunities to learn, grow, and serve at FCBC Walnut, so let us know how we can help you to get plugged in. I also want to encourage you to subscribe to Walnut Weekly, our social media email newsletter. We deliver fresh resources for free and provide peeks behind the scenes from the social media ministry of FCBC Walnut. Let our social media ministry serve you. Find the link in the show notes, but you can also find the link under the resources menu on our website at fcbcwalnut.org. Thanks. See you soon.